If you stepped into my closet, you would see no fewer than 50 suits. And other than being a little blue and some a little gray, they all kind of look exactly the same. If you need to make a little more of a statement from your fashion, you're going to love my next guest, the inventor of Groovy Gals Vintage and Thrift, Shanice Carman. Nice to see you, Shanice.
Hello.
Okay, all right, so here's my normal fashion. Okay, it's sort of from the 50s, I guess. You can't really tell the suits, you know, from year to year. But if I wanted to go a little bolder, you're saying that we need to look to the past. You love vintage clothes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay, so for example, take this little number I pulled off the rack right there. Bold. I would definitely call this bold. So what made you start to put together a business that sells vintage and used clothing for fashion?
You know, growing up, my parents always had me antique shopping, going to estate sales in the morning, and you know, my mom always told me, you know, you're wearing all these different type of patterns and different things. And I said, you know, I am, and I can't fit into the norm, but when we would go to these estate sales, I would see so many different kind of pieces and, you know, different houses, and with these pieces, they really caught my eye with all the cool, kooky patterns.
For example, that. Now that, I've never seen in my entire life, but you picked it out. So where do you get all these great clothes? Because you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pieces. Where do you find them?
So with vintage, they all have a story, say from the 50s, 60s, 30s, 40s. I like to travel around Texas, New Mexico, go to different spots, and pick from each store, thrifting or estate sales, a little piece for every place I've been, so that way they have a little story behind their beautiful, I guess, patterns and where they've been.
I love it. Okay, so you collect these and then you resell them for people.
Yes.
But you also kind of consult people.
Yes.
So let's say a couple goes, well, we're going to a special party and we want to stand out. We want to look different.
Yeah.
You come in and advise them. How's that work?
So they come in to me, we book an appointment. I can either go to them locally or even other places. Like recently I'll be going to Mexico. My partner and I will be styling, he'll be styling a wedding, and hopefully I can get Groovy Gals into there. So I travel or I do it locally, and they say, hey, we want to get styles, and I just go right to them, or they come to me and tell me kind of a look that they want, or they just let me do my art, and we go to town with it and get them ready.
Okay, and so even bands have come to you and said, you know, we can't be boring. We can't look like Rob.
Yeah. So, you don't look boring. You look great, Rob.
Oh, thank you. So how do you do it? And then, like, who are the bands you've fixed up?
Yeah. So recently, I did Champagne Sugar Daddy locally. They had a night where they had to perform at Love Buzz with a few other artists. And they said, hey, you know what? I want a New Yorker look. I want to feel fine and divine. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and do it. And so my friend Andy, she's in that band, she's the lead singer, she said, you know what, make me look a little chic for tonight. So I put her in a silk black dress and a little furry and some platform heels, and the whole night she said, you know what, Shanice, I have not felt more of myself in a very long time. And that's the goal, to have people feel themselves through fashion and just feel spectacular inside and out.
Okay, so if people want to connect with you and get some advice and also possibly shop for some of these great vintage items, you've got an Instagram page, which we're going to put up on the screen right now, and they can contact you and become a groovy gal or even a groovy guy.
That's right.
Take care of men and women.
Yes.
Wow. Shanice,
everybody of all genders.
I love it. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Excellent. Groovy.